Just a long, tough road trip. Coming home, and we got in early Monday morning. So I don't know how everyone's sleep schedule was. Mine wasn't very good. So it's just a day to come in, and again, we're banged up, sore, achy muscles. We got 2 days. I don't know how much we were going to accomplish going out onto the ice today as far as practice. We'll have a good practice tomorrow. Guys seemed energized today, which is a good thing, and hopefully tomorrow they'll even be more energized.
Banged up. Any updates on
Nicky had some treatments today. Doesn't look like he'll be ready to go on Thursday. Same with Artie. And then Matty Calvert's going to be out for at least a couple weeks. Expecting them to be in,
yeah. Todd, what do you make of this run? A lot of people looked at that 6-game trip on the West Coast and figured, I don't know, pretty tough mountain, and you guys have climbed almost to the top of it.
It was a great road trip. It started with our home game here against St. Louis, big emotional, physical game. Then Minnesota. To me, that was the key game, and we didn't play very well, but our goalie was great. And I think winning that first game gave our team some confidence. And I think as the road trip went on, I think our game got better and better each and every city that we got to. Disappointed, obviously, loss in LA, but I liked the way our team rebounded in San Jose.
With the way, did these have a playoff type feel from not only to the weight of the games, but seemingly the way the games are called? Do they almost just feel like these are playoff games?
It's been a couple years since I've been in a playoff game, but if I had to imagine one, it would be these games. The LA game, the Kings game, was a great game. It was fast, it was physical. The environment was good as far as the crowd. San Jose was the same. This is imagining a playoff game, and again, not being involved the last I think 3 years. These are the games that you want to play, and it just leaves you wanting more.
What does it say about your team when you lose Anisimov or Dubinsky or Matty Calvert, and you're still able to find ways to win?
So it says a lot about the group, the leadership in particular. We've had players step up at different times throughout the year, whether it's been an injury or whatever. And we found ways. And it starts with our goalie giving everyone confidence. We've sometimes relied heavily on defensemen playing 30 minutes a night when we've been depleted there. We had a guy like Blake Como, through Matty Calvert's injury, step up and play a little bit different role, more of an offensive role, and he stepped in and did a great job for us. We've had guys at different times doing those types of things, but it's also, to me, groups too, like Letestu's line with Gabrick and Vinny scoring a couple goals. We had Johansson's line with Foligno and Umby scoring a couple big goals in Colorado. So it's guys kind of filling in spots, but it's also either defensive pairs or even line combinations, having a major impact in games.
I asked Matt Calvert that question. He said it's all about systems. The system enables the team to win when there are pieces missing.
Pieces missing. The structure of our game it always has to be the foundation. Whenever you're dealing with any type of adversity, maybe you're going into a tough building, maybe you're depleted with injuries, maybe your first period wasn't great, you haven't found your game yet, but you're just the foundation of your systems. If everybody's executing it and doing those things properly, it'll allow you to have some success.
Today and tomorrow, go ahead. Along those same lines, Todd, would you say you're a better team because of the balance, maybe harder to defend because the lines you roll out are not dramatically different in skill level of production, first, second, third, even fourth? Deep pairs, pretty solid. Is your balance a strength?
Anytime you can get balance, I think it becomes a strength. Opposing teams, who are you going to check, who are you going to focus on? And I think the balance comes down to, again, on one line stepping up on any given night. As I said, Foligno, Johansson, and Umberger scored a couple big goals in Colorado. And now you go into Anaheim, and who are you? Is that going to be the line that you're going to check or pay special attention to, whether it's deep pairs or a checking line that you're going to put out against them? As a coach, you aren't relying or waiting for one line to go. And in a tough, with 5 games in 7 days, it was nice that you could just kind of roll 4 lines, just from conserving some energy.
So today and tomorrow you're scouting Dallas? assuming you don't have to say anything about this team is locked in, are they not? I mean, they're holding the rope like there's no tomorrow.
I think they're bought in right now. They're all in at this stage, and Dallas is playing out in San Jose tonight, and I'll be up late tonight, I'm sure, watching the game with great interest. And then tomorrow we'll come in with a focus, have a good practice, and then get on a plane, head down to Dallas.
Todd, was there a point this season where you felt the light bulb went on for the team? Where one particular game or one particular point where you thought, boy, now it's different, they turned a corner?
Our Edmonton game at home, we lost 3-1, and then we played San Jose the next night. And as coaches back in the room, we weren't really sure where that game was going to go, and we came out and played a really good game against San Jose. Now, was that the moment when it all turned around? It didn't turn around at that point because we went on a road trip and we played good hockey, but we didn't have the results to kind of back that up, that it was good hockey. It was when we came home from it, and that Colorado game we won in overtime, and then the Edmonton game we won in a shootout, and that was our first back-to-back. It's tough to say one moment, one play. I think we had started to play well, but getting that second win, I think, gave us some confidence.
So this club's going to have Matty Calvert on its roster, it looks like, for the next couple of years. Are there many teams in this league that wouldn't want him on the roster?
You could probably go around to each team, and there's probably certain guys that you would take off a team and take a player. Matty's probably a guy that you look at based on what he's done this year and the way that he's played and the style. Because to me, in looking at Matty, there's a couple different ways that he can play. He can beat you with a skill game, but he's also a pretty tenacious checker too. Where I think he has the ability to get under players' skin because he can play a fast game, he can play a physical game. He's not a pounder by any means, but he can still check well.